Hi everyone, it's Agnes and welcome to another interview. We've got Marianna today and she's decided to come on and share with you her success story, which was a fabulous story that she sent to my email. And so welcome Marianna to the YouTube.
Thank you.
Marianna, can you tell people a bit where you are and your background, where I think people like to know what culture you're from and where you're living, and it just kind of puts a Google pin on the map.
Yes, I am in DC right now, Washington, DC, and I'm in the United States.
Yeah.
And I'm from Italy. I've been here for 10 years by myself.
Okay. Lovely.
Yes.
Lovely, lovely. And you are going to share your success story. So I know what topic you're going to talk about, but can you tell the viewers what you're going to talk about?
Yes. So I can start a little bit from the beginning, but I don't like to talk about too much of the negative part.
Yep.
So minimal.
Yep.
So I met my significant other it was June of last year, and everything was great at the beginning. And of course, I started becoming needy and crazy.
Yeah.
So I pushed him away. And I pushed him away because he has a specific job for the government, and he couldn't tell me much about it. And my coworkers and my friends they definitely played a part in my insecurities
Yeah.
because um, they would tell me, "Oh, he's lying. Oh, that's not true." But you know when somebody lies. So I felt like he was being honest with me.
Yeah.
But I dug in, and I found some things that are not that crazy. But I wish that I should have given him the time to tell me instead of me going out of my way to, like, I don't know. I feel like it was disrespectful. He's never said that to me, and I played along for a while, and then I confronted him about it, and he broke up with me. So he broke up with me, telling me the same speech, like we were in the car, and he was crying. So
Yeah.
he was like, "I really love you, but I can't, and I don't know what it is. You're perfect, but I can't do this anymore."
Yeah.
And he said that he would never talk to me again. In the
Wow.
whole time, I was like, this is temporary. This is not true. So I wasn't really. It didn't hit me at that time. It hit me a little bit later because then I was devastated.
Mm.
I cried every day, and I've never had a feeling like that towards anybody. So I knew that I really cared about him. And then that same week, I found out that I had a small tumor, and I went to the doctor and I had to get a biopsy, and it had high risk cancer cells. So I didn't tell him anything like that because I was like, okay, I cannot play the victim at this moment because it's like so coincidental. And I knew that there was something
Yeah.
within me that I needed to change.
Yeah.
So they also scheduled me for a surgery, but then I read the book that you were talking with someone on your channel. I don't remember her name right now. And it was You Can Heal Your Life.
Yeah.
That book changed my life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That brings your mentality, it just makes everything different,
Yeah.
the perspective in life.
Yeah.
So I was scheduled to have a second surgery, but I didn't go. I said, no, this is something within me. I need to
Yep.
fix it. And I did the 30 days of from the magic,
Yes.
the 30 days gratitude, which put me into a good mood. I didn't contact him. I reached out a few times, just like, hey, how are you? Nothing too into getting back together or anything like that, even though I was like hurt. But I was following your channel and you were saying, don't contact them, don't do anything. So I didn't. And I did those 30 days and I said, okay, fine, I won't talk to him. Then I deleted him from my Snapchat. I deleted him,
Yep.
not him.
Yep.
because I would see his videos and I would kind of like feel, oh, I miss him. And I didn't want to feel that because I had so much work to do. And I started doing the videos for self-love and the whispering technique. And I was imagining, I was visualizing a message coming through the regular messaging system, because obviously through Snapchat it would have been impossible because we're not friends.
Yep.
I don't know how, but I got a message on Snapchat. I got a picture of him that said good morning. I'm like, how in the world? So I said good morning back. We chatted for a little bit, like a little mini back and forth, and he asked me if I wanted to go see him at a game. And I said, okay. But the next day, I tried to reach him again, and it wouldn't work. It was like, you can't contact this person because you guys are not friends. I'm like, oh, okay, well.
Marianna, can I ask you, from the time that you stopped seeing each other to that point, what was the time frame?
30 days.
Just 30 days. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
The 30 days the 30 days of gratitude thing I was doing. And the last week was the self-love meditation with the whispering technique. So him contacting me back was super short amount of time. I was expecting a whole year because everybody, has their, but I was not ready for it because his messages would still give me that anxiety. Oh, what is he thinking? What is his next text? When are we getting back together? I was already there, and that was wrong. So I think that pushed me even further and further and further. So let's see. We went, he came to my house a little later. It was always this back and forth. I would do the self-love meditations. I would get him. I would stop the meditation, and then he would go, he would leave again.
Yeah.
And then I contacted you in January, and you told me a little bit of what to do. And I did that. Again, he came back, but this time, like an idiot, I told him. I regret it because I see myself how crazy I was, and all of that stuff going through my head was ruining, was such a pain. And I told him that was the last time that I would see him. I couldn't do this back and forth anymore because I deserve more.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm making fun of my own self.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're not going anywhere. I was like, no, yes, I am. This is it. I'm not letting any man treat me that way. So I worked on myself, and I realized my patterns, because that book talks a lot about patterns in the past.
Yeah.
And I realized that my biological father kept leaving when I was young. So I never really had a relationship with him. He lives in Spain.
Yeah.
So I've been in the country for 10 years. I definitely haven't seen him in 20 years. This was still January time. And my dad contacts me, and he says, I want to come to the United States and come to see you for a week. Mind you, I've never seen him before. Like, I have, but only a few times.
Wow.
So he comes here, and I learned where my pattern was of like feeling abandoned. My dad loves me, actually. I didn't know that. So he's never gonna leave me again. And that clicked in my brain. I started praying at night. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention was the gospel part that I started doing. I started going to church, and I go to this specific church that talks about manifesting. So every time I would go there, they would talk about planting the seed, waiting, being patient, whatever whatever God promised you, God, the universe, whatever it is, you will get. So Neville, right? Sorry, I call him Neville, but that's not his name.
Yeah.
Then Neville says that you are part of the universe. You are God.
Yeah.
So I started trusting that whatever I ask, I give it time, because the universe needs to move things around, needs to change circumstances. This is not a thing where you say, oh, text Marianna. You're not controlling the person. You have to allow the universe to move things, to change whatever is inside the person, to create circumstances that will change the person in order for them to make that decision to come to you. They will see a sign, but you need to have people building that sign with your name. Like, that's not going to take 3 seconds, right? I mean, that's at least the way I see it.
Yeah.
So I started allowing time, and I trusted that if I am part of the universe knows exactly what I want. So I didn't bug him anymore with oh, well, after I told him, no more, I'm not going to see you anymore, that didn't last any long, because of course I couldn't stop seeing him. But I said, this is the last time for me to go into that mentality, and I changed it. And I stopped asking him, when am I going to see you? I stopped thinking about when am I going to see him. I'll just let the universe do it. And since then, I really have everything I want. Every date is perfect.
Wow.
But I have to say that you have to meditate and do self-love. You have to do it every day. Okay? I miss a day, it's over. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? No, I'm kidding, but you know what I
mean. Yeah. I agree with you, because it's like what you said. He comes back, you stop your self-love, he goes away again because you get needy again. And then you go, oh, I got to go back to this. And then you do it again. He goes away, he comes back, he goes away because you stop doing it again. And it's like you have to maintain your own self-love. You have to maintain your own affirmations, your own, just, you've got to be emotionally working on being at peace, being in love, being in calm, being in secure. That's all stuff we don't, unless you had a perfect family that taught you all that, which 98% of people don't have, in my experience. It's something that we as adults have to learn, because we didn't learn it as children. And it does take daily practice. I agree. I mean, I still do an hour's, probably 45 minutes to an hour's meditation in the morning. I do it at night. It doesn't matter if I'm laying next to my person. I still go, look, I'm going to put my headphones in. I'm going to do a meditation. And, that's it. You don't need to go on and on about it. It's just, you just do it for you, and you make that's how you become a better partner. That's how you maintain your own. Because if you don't, you start going, I've got to get love over there again.
It's true. Yeah. And I also, before I go to bed, I thank for even that hello message I got in the morning. Like the first times I would just get a, hey, how are you? That's fine. Yeah. That's totally fine. Yes. Go and thank the universe for that little tiny message, because the next day is going to be even better, and then better and better.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I get emails, where people say, oh, all that person did was send me a thing saying hi. And it's like, well, that's actually, this little tiny green plant just grew a little bit, and you just took your shoe and you went and squashed it.
Exactly. Yeah. I have a friend too, and she was like, well, he seems cold. Who said that he is cold? Like, that is the other video that you mentioned about the change your perception of whatever the message it is. Like, what is it called?
Change your meaning, the stop your suffering one. Yeah.
If they say it's all good, no emoji or nothing, that doesn't mean it's a bad message. It's you don't know what tone that person is using. So always think that it's the best tone that it could ever be. Always hear it in the tone that you want. And if you don't like something, at least me, if there's something I don't like during the day, it happens, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to change you tonight and do a revision meditation. You're going to be changed.
Yes.
So I don't let it harbor. I mean, and then when I do the revision, I feel the pain or whatever. If I'm pissed, I'm like,
Yep.
oh,
Yep.
let it go.
Yep.
But yeah.
I agree.
So
It's assigning the best meaning to everything. And
yes,
that
you
is
don't.
a mental fitness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
us women are always like, oh my
Yeah.
God. I mean, women. I'm sure we have men that do that too, but it's like that. The only person that gets hurt is you. You're
Yes.
the one that's creating thoughts and going nuts.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Wow. So now, because you've achieved what you wanted to achieve. I mean, it went back and forth. He stayed, he left for a while until you understood you had to keep it going. So now
Yes.
what kind of daily routine would you have? What do you do every day?
Well, first of all, I don't talk to my friends about it
Yep.
or my family.
Yep.
Nobody.
Yep.
No. Everyone will always say, but he left you.
Yep.
But he does this. No, you don't know. I know because
Yep.
I am creating my own.
Yep.
So, and even though those are advices, they will ruin your daily affirmations because
Yes.
my daily affirmation is my day is perfect. Every day gets better and better. It's just no matter what it is. So I am surrounded by people that love me, and the universe only wants the best for me. So I'll never get a situation that
Yep.
I can't handle.
Yep. Yep.
So what I do is at night I sit and turn on the 528 hertz music. I don't know, those
Yep.
the sound. So I put it on low and I do the water meditation. Like
Okay.
I charge the water. So I have a little bit of water with a message at the bottom that says what I want.
Yep.
I charge it, like I pray on it. But before I do that, I think. I thank for waking up, for any small details that happen to me during the day. If he called me, I thank for it. Even if it was to just say something stupid, it doesn't matter. Nothing is stupid.
Yeah.
And I cry a lot actually because I get emotional. I feel like
Yep.
the universe and the love. So,
Yep.
and then I drink the water and I say thank you and go to sleep because you want to go to sleep
Yep.
uh, in that state of mind. But I do revision if there's something that I didn't approve. I definitely do the self-love meditation with the whispering technique, but it's self-love meditation the most.
Yep. Yeah.
So
That's
I
great.
don't
Nice
ever
ritual.
back.
What's that?
Yeah. I don't ever want to go back to where I won't. I know I won't
Yeah.
because that was seriously sad.
I know. When you look back at yourself, it's like then you didn't know better. You just didn't know. So it's like now we know better, we can do better because we've got knowledge and information about how we've created things. And like you're saying about people making negative comments about him, I used to get really affected by those comments by my friends. And like you, stop talking about it to people, especially people that don't understand the law of attraction, don't understand conscious creation, because they're dealing with reality. You need to get rid of him. He doesn't treat you properly, whatever they would say at the time. It's like that stuff is really unhelpful. It doesn't help you. Yes, it's you pushed out. Your doubts are coming out through a friend's, conversation. But if you don't go to your friend with your doubt in the first place, you don't get that back. It doesn't come back to you in that form. So you're better off resolving things within you and talking to people that understand this stuff. If you do need to talk to someone, at least pick the right person that understands how the laws work, how conscious creation works, how the gratitude, the magic, Rhonda Byrne, Neville, whoever, that they have an understanding of the teachings. That way they can advise you from that place. So Wow, well, you've done great. I'm proud of you. You've done
Thank
excellent.
you. Thank you. I mean, if it wasn't for you, I swear I would know. And also reading the comments, I mean, I love all the viewers, but I try not to see the ones that say, "Oh, it's still taking me so long,"
Yeah,
because everyone needs to understand that there is no time. It will take time.
yeah,
Like it will take. Just be patient because it needs to be created. It can't just come tomorrow. I don't want him tomorrow because
yeah,
then I'm going to have the same thing I had last year.
exactly.
You know, and as much as it looked perfect back then, no, I have to work and he needs to work.
Yeah,
So over time, the universe needs to fix him and
yeah,
fix me.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it's fixing through understanding a lot of the time and working out, how I'm still trying to get love, get attention, get reassurance because I'm not doing
Yeah,
it for myself. So once you correct those things, the relationship takes care of itself. It really
yeah,
does. But, we think it's about them and it's never about them. It's always about us. And like you were talking about going to church, it's like you have to work on a connection to source, God, the universe, whatever word you want to use. That's where you got to get your self-love, connected your self-love to that. That's where you can go. That's where you can go and cry. That's where you can do your prayers. That's where you can. So you're not burdening the other person with your neediness.
right. And it has nothing to do with being Catholic or Christian in general.
No.
I go there because it's a temple where I can just
Yeah.
meditate and give praise and thank whatever is up there. If you
Yeah.
believe in this, you believe in that. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's something bigger than us.
Exactly.
So, and
And
listening to music that kind of, oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, there's a lot of Christians, there's a lot of Catholics, there's a lot of Buddhists, there's a lot of Muslims on my channel, and there's even atheists, just some people don't believe in a bigger power. But if you have good self-love and you believe in giving and taking your self-love into the world, that can be enough. It can be enough. So it really is about having a security within you, that you are secure as a person. You haven't got fears, anxieties ruling your mental state all the time.
Yeah.
Because so many people are in emotional imbalance. They don't feel good. And when you don't feel good, you can't manifest desired things. You can't. It's a big brick wall when you feel a lot
Right.
of fear, a lot of anxiety, and doing self-love meditations calms you down. Doing affirmations calms you down. Thinking, whether you're doing the Ho'oponopono prayer or any other prayer, it's to calm you down emotionally and mentally so that you become secure. That's what the work is. You're not going from being single to a relationship with a specific person. You're going
Yeah.
from being totally mad, crazy, addictive, someone who takes and is constantly looking for love, to someone who is secure, reassured, at peace, and calm. That's really what you're doing. The specific person is just the cherry on the cake, really.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I thought. I know, I know.
Yeah,
And
and
also
yeah, go
knowing
ahead.
what to do with your time. Like his job is crazy. And back then he didn't have time for me. Quote, I believe that,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Now he has all the time in the world, okay? And if he doesn't, I'm gonna go painting. I'm gonna go to a craft store and find something to do. I will travel, I will walk, I don't care. But I need to get to know myself, my creative self.
yeah.
So get busy. Stop waiting, you know.
Yeah, it's so true. If someone's busy, they're busy. And you can do two things, like you said. One, explore things, learn things, work on yourself. But secondly, you can change your perception of he's busy, he never has time for me. He's busy, he never has time for me. And you change it
Mhm.
into he's got more than enough time for me. He always fits me in, or she
Always.
does. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why wouldn't he? And even the whole thing about like the third person, that thankfully has never been a doubt of mine, like a fear. It has never been a fear.
Yeah.
Because I'm irreplaceable. Go ahead, you can go and try new things, but you're going to come back because they're not me. And if you need that experience to come back to me, that's fine. And I know, like women, we are possessive. We want to be, no, this is my man. He shouldn't be with anybody else, but you can't do that. Because even if you do it or you don't, it's still going to happen. You can't control that.
Yeah.
So just let it happen. Hey, but you're
work
better.
on your I'm first best, and he only has eyes for me. And like you say, if he goes, he'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be back. Yeah, and you have that security within yourself.
Yes.
Lovely. I love hearing that, because a lot of people freak out about third parties, which you can understand. But yes, if you come from that attitude, you'll correct that external situation really fast.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Fabulous. So is there anything else you want to talk about? Like, it doesn't have to be about a specific person. What other things have you got on the go? What are you creatively hatching?
Well, I mean, obviously my career, for me, I was already manifesting since I was young because I didn't know.
Yeah.
This was also, because I moved here and my family is in Italy. So I had to build everything by myself. I started from selling burgers, and I would always, and now I'm assisting a vice president of the hospital. So, but I don't have a degree or nothing. So there's no limit to anything.
Yeah.
And you can do, and I'm an immigrant. So if I got there, not knowing English, anybody can do anything.
Yeah.
So the law of attraction works for every field. If I need money, I will think about it during my prayer at night, and I get it.
Yeah.
Out the blue. I can't tell you how. And that's the beauty of the universe, that you don't need to know how.
Exactly.
Because we always say, oh, well, I want a message from him, or I want something, I want money this way. It's not going to happen that way. It's going to happen in even more beautiful way that you can't imagine. So,
and you know, Abraham Hicks talks about it all the time. Ask and it is given. Ask and it is given. Ask and it is given. It's on the front of her best-selling book. You know, that is basically ask, but you got to know what you want before you ask, and you got to believe and give thanks before it arrives. You got to say thank you in advance. You got to believe. You got to collapse space and time between you and what you want through giving thanks and celebrating in advance. That's how it works. And like you said, the how will assemble itself.
Yeah, and I saw one of the questions from your viewers that was like, how do we ask? How do you put the seed into the universe? And for me, when I first started, after he broke up with me, there's a meditation online that I really liked, and it's from Rasa, I believe her name is. I don't know if you ever heard of her channel.
No.
And it's called Manifesting Your Reality, and it's very long. But you know, at the beginning, if you need training, that's what I would do. You should look it up.
Actually, can you send me the link, Marianna?
Yeah, I'll send
me the link and I'll put it in the description.
Yeah. She does a lot of these meditations, and it makes you think about what you want for a certain amount of seconds, and tells you how would you feel when you have it, so you feel it. That's how you ask. You know, that's a way to ask. Right now, I'm so used to it that I'm like, hey, this is what I want. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
It's that simple, isn't it?
It is.
That simple.
But then you gotta let it go. You can't think, like, you got it, okay? So if I want $500, I have it. It's in my pocket right over there. So that's how you need to train.
I love that. I want this. Thank you very much. I love that. I think that's going to be a good little takeaway nugget for people from this YouTube.
That's how you got to do it, because it's there.
It really is. It is that simple, you know? because people send me emails all the time. Oh, I want this, and I haven't been able to get it, and what do I have to do? It's like, you've just summed up exactly what you do in 2 sentences. That's what you do. And then you get on with your day. You go and watch a movie, you go to work and you give love there, or you go for a walk and you do your affirmations and you give thanks for nature. You give thanks for birds and trees and simple things. Like you said, one text message with one word that says, hey, how are you? Or, just something simple. Thanks for those simple things.
Yeah. And even if you don't talk about it, like talk to them every day, whenever you can, just thank for it. That's just enough, because the universe knows that you're appreciative, that you like what it's giving you.
Yeah.
Then it's going to give you more.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And that was basically what the magic was about. Rhonda Byrne's magic book was about doing the magic practices and giving thanks, because when you are so needy for things, whether it's money or relationship or a better job, or you're too overweight and you want a skinny body, you're constantly looking at the thing that's wrong. I'm too fat. My bank account's empty. I don't have a relationship. I'm lonely. I hate my job. I want to be somewhere else. So you're constantly doing this mental thing of looking at the problem, constantly. And then the universe just brings you more, because that's what you're focusing on. It's a focus-based universe. You get what your thoughts are focused on. So it's, I know we say this over and over and over, but it's so simple. Focus on wanted. Stop focusing on unwanted. If you could do that one thing, your life would transform in a week.
It really does. It becomes also part of your life. The more you do it, it's just, you always have to find the positive thing of whatever is happening, whatever is going on, because if you focus on it, then you're just going to attract more. So it's hard at the beginning, I admit it. I failed how many times? Probably 5 times. He came and left, and left. I get it. So it's, you will fail. If you do, good. I mean, hey. But every time you fail, though, you learn something more, and you're like, okay, I can do that. So
for sure, it is. And it's a skill. It's like a mental fitness. You're like going to the gym every day for your mental state.
It is. Because when we fail, for example, we're like, okay, well, this is not working. So you start focusing on that negative part instead of, no, hey, I failed, but I can do it again. It's okay. I won't do this thing next time. I will do it differently.
And then we've got such amazing knowledge on YouTube, and on the internet. You can look up things. I mean, there's so many people that, I know when I started the law of attraction, there was no YouTube. There was books. So there was me and a friend of mine, and we would buy a book and we'd highlight it, and then we'd talk about it on the phone. That's how we started, because then YouTube didn't exist. YouTube hasn't been around that long. Really, I can't remember when it started exactly. I think it's 2009 or something, but it's like a decade of YouTube. It's really so new still. So, we're lucky we're born at this time that we can enjoy this easy access to information and get relief. I think that is one of the greatest gifts the internet gives us.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, after the whole journey, like when I started changing my train of thought, I went to my oncologist, and he told me that there's nothing there. So it went away, and I didn't have to have surgery. So this self-love not only heals everything around you, but your body inside. So it's very important to love who you are. And if there's something that being from Italy, the physical appearance is very important.
I know.
And if there's something that I don't like, I will fix it. I started going to the gym, and that's how I started. And hey, I'm not like overweight or anything, but if that makes me feel better, physical exercise, or I have a little tooth that is crooked, so I got braces, but it's just minimal things to make you happy. Do it.
And it's a form of self-love. You look at your mental state, your emotional state, and your physical as well. It's correcting all things that you can see need improvement, not to judge yourself, but to go, okay, I'm going to work on that, and I'm going to get better at that, and I'm going to feel better in the process of it, knowing I can change this and influence this. And it's so exciting when you can change a physical condition, or when you can change, I mean, I don't know if you saw the interview, Marianna, with that woman called Jay, where she was too short to work for an airline. So she imagined herself going to the next interview and that she was tall enough. Did you see that?
No.
She was actually tall enough at the next interview.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's things that not even just sicknesses and diseases and illnesses. Yeah, Jay, she did 2 interviews with me, and she used the law of attraction for unbelievable things. But she now works, for an airline that she was too short for the first interview. And it was so amazing. She just went, right, I just need to grow. I need to grow.
I mean, if somebody can do that, of course you can get anything.
I know.
What in the world? I need to see this.
Jay, it's Jay, and she's done 2 interviews with me. She's from Taiwan. Her interview is so funny because she uses it for all sorts of weird and wonderful things that you probably wouldn't think of. So what an amazing mind, using it, for things that other people go, oh, no, that's not possible. Well, it's not possible for you if you think that. It's never going to happen. So, yeah.
That's why you can't know anybody.
Yeah, it's good. I love seeing how people use it differently, and that's what's good about these interviews, because everybody does things slightly differently. They take different parts and they apply it in different ways. And yeah, it's wonderful. It's so wonderful because you get new ideas from people.
Yeah. I have a sign right there on my wall that says, with God, all things are possible. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Seriously. And in that book that I was talking about, You Can Heal Your Life.
Yeah.
She said she has little poems at the end of each chapter, which I super love. And she talks about how you need to treat your body, like even with food, with good foods, and clean your house, because even your surroundings, you have to make sure your house is clean if you want your man to come over. Like, that's how I see it. But it's just so
it's self-respect, isn't it? Whether it's your environment, whether it's your body, whether it's just where you work, all of those are extensions of your self-love and self-respect.
Yes, you're thanking for everything, for your body, by giving it good food, or
or going to the gym, exercise, things like that. I remember someone saying to me, what does all this, getting sleep and going to the gym, and what's all that got to do with manifesting? It's like, well, if you feel better mentally, if you've had enough sleep, if you're not dehydrated, you've had enough water that day, if you exercise and you've been out in nature, you've gone to the gym, your mental state rises up because you feel better. You've had, it's no mystery that when you don't have enough sleep, you're grumpy. That's a lower vibration for manifesting. If you're dehydrated or you're hungry, you get grumpy, you get, aggravated or whatever. All that vibe can be totally avoided if you just put in those physical things in place. So your vibe goes up, you feel better, and just that alone then creates you manifesting it just more effortlessly. So it's not just I'm looking after myself because it's a good thing to do. I'm looking after myself because it is a good thing to do, but it also impacts my specific person. It impacts the money I get paid. It impacts all these things because that's all self-love. Self-love then gives you more things coming in that are to your liking. It's very simple.
Super simple.
Yeah.
Now it is. Last year it was. Like, what are you telling me? I can't do this. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Well, my lovely, do you want to say anything else before we sign off? Firstly, actually, Do you want to interact with the viewers in the thread or via email? What would you prefer?
Yeah, if they would like to email me, they can.
Okay, you're happy for me to put your email down below?
Yeah. I'll send it to you with the link of that meditation that I was telling you about.
Yep, cool.
And
and those are last questions.
I know. I answered a few when they were asking for gospel music because I don't listen to any breakup songs. I don't even want to hear it. Okay? Yeah. Please. Yeah. If I have to sing about Jesus, I will, even, it doesn't matter, but I'm not going to sing about breakup songs. Whatever it is. Yeah. So I answered some of the messages that they were there. But if they want to email me personally, it would be.
Yeah. If you have time. I know they love, because you're a real person, and some people will relate to your story, so it's good for them. I'm only one person. I can only do so much, and those of you that have got fantastic success stories have now started to help others. It's like we pay it forward, and one person at a time.
Yes.
Way. Okay. So, going back to, is there anything you want to say to finish it off? Any sort of last important message?
No.
No, that's it.
No, but be positive. Everything will happen. I promise. If you believe in it, it will happen.
Beautiful. Marianna, thank you for coming to the interview. It's really good. I'm going to say goodbye to the viewers. Do you want to say goodbye to them?
Bye.
I'm going to stop the video, but you stay on and you and I can have a bit more of a chat.
Yes.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Yes.